tell me like, oh my god, you're so huge. And you just let her know that you're upset and don't be a weirdo.
Really? Don't.
No.
Was I even thinking?
Girl.
Hold on.
No, like what if I die next year? This is my last
Asshole.
big ass. The relationship after that is done. Because what are we doing here if I can't rely on you? Hey,
More
okay.
realistic.
Welcome back to the channel, guys.
Hi, welcome back.
so festive
It's so
in
festive in here. Starting to feel a lot like Christmas.
It sure is.
And it's literally next week. It's on.
I just can't believe that. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like, we said this before, it didn't feel like a short year, but it didn't feel like a year either.
This feels like this is the first year it actually feels like Christmas.
Really?
I feel like the past 2 years
Didn't feel like Christmas. No, you're
because
so
of
right.
COVID and
Yeah, no,
all that,
definitely
so-
feels more like Christmas this year,
Yeah.
but I do feel like it surprised me again. It came so quick.
doing another Am I the Asshole video, and if you guys are not sure what Am I the Asshole is, it's basically people telling Reddit their situations, their stories, their problems, and they leave it up to us, the audience, to decide if they are the asshole in the situation or not. I'm Oshs.
I'm Akela.
Don't forget to follow us on our TikTok. Cue the commentary where we post little clips and just show some love to our TikTok. We'll leave it
please.
here and in the description box.
If you have your own scenarios that you need that unbiased opinion for, please send them to us at oshandakela.com. We will leave the email right here for you guys to send it to us. And yeah, and also we want to hear y'all's opinion on all of this stuff. I have some good ones today. Do you have good ones?
I hope
like
so.
sometimes I feel good about this.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if this is a good one. I don't know, like, and it's to me the way, like, it's not giving enough drama, but
Wine.
oh, wine.
Let's crack open a bottle.
Today, I was listening to my true crime as I always do, and I saw a wine that said 19 crimes. I said, oh my god, it's for me.
Red wine.
It's a red wine. We never do red wine.
I
Red
love
wine
both.
makes
So
it's
cute.
so cute,
Yeah.
right? Red wine makes me feel a little too sexy sometimes.
Too grown.
So too grown.
Yeah.
I can drink white wine casually.
Yeah, that's
red
like a day.
wine.
Red wine is at nighttime.
Yeah,
like,
I'm bad.
When you're eating pasta, steak, like.
no,
that's
it makes
what
me. It gets me going a little too much with red wine. So let's see what happens.
I
Yeah.
don't like how messy it can get.
Why are you spilling it on yourself? Be a grown
I
lady
always
and stop spilling shit.
I always
What the hell?
spill on myself. And we're gonna use. Thank you, Matt, for gifting this to me.
Is there
Can I
any-
just put it in?
Maybe.
Right? Can you guys see this?
Yeah. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Is it gonna spill?
And then it just comes out like that. Isn't this so cool?
Whoa. Oh, she's red.
Cheers!
Let's try it.
Okay. It's juice. It's juice. It's grape drink. It's so good.
That's really red. That's a little strong.
It's so smooth though.
It is smooth. It's called smooth. I think.
No, it's not called smooth. You just said something wrong.
Oh, there's no smooth on there?
No, there's no smooth. I think imagine it, but she's
Sorry.
smooth. She's
It is.
smooth
It
as
does
hell.
feel smooth.
Okay, let's do it. Am I the asshole for banishing my teenage daughter's friend from our house because she made fun of my weight?
Wait, I chose this one too?
No, you didn't.
I did.
It's really good.
It's really good. Yeah, go
okay.
ahead.
I, 37 female, have 2 kids with my husband, 41 male, a 14-year-old daughter, and a 10-year-old son. Our daughter has always been a little socially awkward to the point that we've had her tested since we suspected her of being on the spectrum. Turns out she isn't on the spectrum, she's just a natural introvert. However, this year in school, we were thrilled when our daughter made a new friend her age, since that is an area in which she struggles. Long story short, she recently invited her new friend over with our approval to have dinner at our house and then spend the night. So my daughter's friend came over. My husband is usually the cook in the family, and this night was no exception. He made us all a really nice meal. During the course of said meal, I asked my daughter's friend, "Are you enjoying the food?" She responded, "Yes. Your husband is a great cook. No wonder you've ended up a bigger."
What did she say?
She responded, "Yes, your husband is a great cook. No wonder you've ended up a bigger woman."
Oh.
The room got quiet for several moments.
So crazy.
This is what I mean by teenagers, like they have no social,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
remember that other
yeah.
one? The room got quiet for several minutes. My husband tried to laugh it off and change the subject, but I wasn't having it. The girl had just leveled a completely uncalled for insult at me. My daughter's friend seemed to realize that she'd messed up, but she didn't say anything else.
Yeah.
We finished an awkward dinner in mostly silence, and my daughter's friend did stay the night. This was a couple of months ago. Recently, my daughter asked if she could have her friend back over, and I told her sure, if she's going to apologize to me. When our daughter asked what I meant, I reminded her of what she'd said. My daughter responded that it was over and she didn't want to bring it up again. She then went to her father and asked He said sure, but she then told him what I had said. He came to me and said daughter's friend just felt awkward and tried to make a joke. It didn't land. For the sake of our daughter, can't you just let it go? Yes, I could, but the thing is, I need to see that she understands how rude she was before I can get on board with her and my daughter hanging out. My husband says that I am being weird for insisting on an apology from a 14-year-old, especially since that girl is such a good friend of our daughter. I think it's weird that I'm still waiting for an apology from the same girl. Seriously, that's all I need. I just need to know that any friend of my daughter is willing to own up to her screws. Am I the asshole?
No, yeah, no, sometimes they don't know what they're saying.
They really don't know.
Like, I do think it's weird that she's like, I'm waiting on her to apologize. Like, she should apologize because she said something, even if she didn't mean it. Like, she should apologize. But maybe like now it's been a while, right? So maybe the mom should be like just like, you know, you should be careful. Like what you say, tell her.
Yeah.
Like, cause like she's 14, she's not gonna be like, remember a couple months ago when I said that you're a bigger woman, I'm sorry. Like, she's not gonna come up and do that.
Yeah.
Let her know she did something to hurt your feelings. Maybe
Like,
she's
correct
hoping
her.
that you forgot about it and you didn't take it personally. You can't like be waiting like angry on a kid to come apologize to you, because I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I've said this, but like it didn't get added into our old Am I the Asshole video or our past Am I the Asshole video, but we had the same kind of scenario where it was a teenager versus an adult. And like the teenager is clearly in the wrong, but she's a teenager. Like, you know what I mean? She's basically a grown kid. Like, it's still a kid at the end of the day.
It's a kid.
They need correcting. They need to learn social cues. And like the thing is, when you're like going to people's houses, like every family has a different dynamic and like a different way of how they were raised,
and
right?
communicating,
so,
right?
Yeah,
That's
and
so
like
true.
just with different manners, like you never
and
know,
humorous
right?
too.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. I just think she was really young and like unaware of social cues, and she wasn't mature enough to understand like that's not a compliment. Like, like that's offensive to a lot of just women in general.
Women in general.
You're not supposed to comment on their weight, and that's something that could be corrected instead of
like
mad
holding a grudge at her
like
for
you're
it.
a grown adult.
I don't like grudges from adults to children.
yeah.
I have a real qualm with that. Like, lady, I don't like, you don't have to let her in your house anymore, but like if someone who's like still learning life, like you know, like is like making a mistake, and we're all still learning life, but like as you get older you get less of a blind. And that's so true what you said about like different families, different, like they speak to each other differently. Their dynamics are different with each other. Like, you could easily correct her in a way that will last for the rest of her life, and she'll know not everyone will let it roll off the shoulder if I make a comment about their weight. If a kid was like, you're a bigger woman to me, okay, she's not a kid though, but like a 14-year-old, it's not gonna kill my ego, because like, shut up, like, you know what I mean? I'll like actually brush it off, it won't matter to me. But also, I grew up with like constant critique about weight. Like, I've grown up around that. It's like kind of in our culture where like if you gain weight they're gonna talk about it, if you lose weight they're gonna talk about it. It's like at some point in life you have to ignore it, or else it's actually gonna get to you, you know? So
like now I'm just
it
so
doesn't
unfazed.
even
I'm just like, shut up. It might just shut up.
Like when they tell me like, oh my god, you're so huge.
No, guys, this is real life. Like growing up in an African house, African household, like they will before you open the door and they say hi, and you gained weight. Like,
wow, you're big. Like literally, wow, you're big. Like even mid conversation, it's happened before where like we've stopped the conversation. Like, you gained weight. Okay. Like, okay.
Thank you. No, not even you got fat.
No, like I'm sure like if you pick up a random person off the street and put them in my house and make them listen to what I listen to, they wouldn't make it. They wouldn't make it. But like, so it wouldn't affect me, but you never know. Somebody else who's not used to that is gonna be like crushed.
Oh my god, your family
how dare you? Yeah, like we're so used to it. So like to me that would not bother me, and I would just be like, you need to be careful what you say, because somebody could really get hurt by that. You know, like careful. Being mad and like just staying mad at her and being like, until she comes and apologizes to me, no lady, just let her know that you're upset and don't be a weirdo.
You were a teenager once.
Right?
I didn't even, was I even thinking when I was a teenager? I feel like I just, I did not have any common sense.
No. I don't know, is she the asshole? Kind of, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she is the asshole for sure. And it's her only friend. Like she has problems making friends.
Like, why are you gonna make it about you now, girl? Okay, Christmas vibes. Okay, am I the asshole for banning alcohol from Christmas? Okay, so my husband's family likes to drink. Every holiday includes multiple bottles of wine and cocktails. I hate drinking. I have never drank. My father was an alcoholic, and I think it's childish if you can't have fun without drinking. This year, I'm hosting Christmas for a change, and I decided that since it's at my house, no alcohol is allowed, and we're all getting older, and it's time to grow up. My husband's sister called to ask what she could bring. She saw a recipe for a Christmas martini that she wanted to bring, and I told her about my no alcohol rule. She didn't say much, but must have told the rest of the family. Some of them started texting me asking if I was serious and saying that this is lame, but I'm not budging. Like, you're not joking? Like, we actually can't drink. Now it turns out that my husband's sister is hosting an alternate gathering that almost everyone is choosing to go to instead.
Obviously.
It's so disrespectful, all because they would have to spend one day sober. My husband told me that he talked to his sister and we're invited to her gathering, and he said we should just go and stop causing issues, but I won't because it's so rude. Now my husband is mad because I'm making him stay at home and spend Christmas with me, but it was my turn to host. I chose to have no alcohol, and they could have dealt with it for 1 year. Am I the asshole?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hold on. No, you cannot say because I had a traumatic experience when I was younger. Now all of us have to go through it with me. Absolutely not. And it's, first of all, it's 1 day out of the year to have the most fun. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. The biggest celebration. It's literally the biggest holiday.
And I don't understand when people say it's only 1 year. No, like, what if I die next year? This is my last Christmas.
You're being a little
like, I'm sorry, but like, don't put that on me.
What if I die?
And like, she just sounds so bossy. Like, she just
I understand why you don't want to go, but like, the husband should go. Like, I think she should stay at home because even if you caused this, and you're being petty, so you stay home.
You're totally right, but if she stays at home, she's gonna make this a bigger deal, and it's gonna be so much harder to confront her family or this family the next time around because you want to be a brat about people not following your rule. And you know what? I have total respect for people who have gone through traumatic experiences, and so now they live their life in a way that like will steer them away from what they experienced. I get that, but I don't appreciate when people are like judgmental towards people's choices because they have an experience.
When you're hosting something as big as Christmas, you need to think of everyone else before yourself. How am I gonna make this a good experience for everyone? If everyone is saying they want alcohol here, how are you gonna say, no, I'm the host, you cannot? No. You
can't have a martini, don't bring anything to drink, we're gonna be sober. You can't have fun one day. Like,
no. I'd be at that other party too.
No, I'm not coming.
Girl.
No, the fact that the sister told the rest of the family, guys, you know we can't drink, right? Y'all wanna come to my house instead? I've had a busy year. No. This has been a tough year for us. I want to be with my family and the people that I love, and I want to have a drink and let loose and relax and have a good time.
Exactly.
You can be judgmental at home by yourself. Big asshole.
There's not two assholes in a row.
I love the asshole one.
We're usually like not the asshole,
right?
But nah, you guys are assholes. What do you mean? That was a good one.
She's gonna learn. She's gonna learn.
Am I the asshole for controlling what my 15-year-old daughter watches on Netflix? Well, I have a daughter, Anne, female, 15. I have 2 other kids, aged 12 and 10. So I have parental controls on our Netflix. The kids have users each, and me and my husband's user has a password so that the kids can't use it to watch inappropriate shows / movies.
Okay.
From time to time, I let Anne watch adult shows and use our account, like Rick and Morty, but she needs to get our permission first so that me and my husband can reasonably decide if it's appropriate for her to watch. We don't normally say no to her requests, but with this one, I think we really need to put our foot down. As you probably know, there's this new Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix. Anne has been asking me and my husband if she can watch it. She says all her classmates have seen it and are talking about it. I really don't think that it's an appropriate show for a 15-year-old to watch, and I absolutely do not think Anne should be watching it. I talked to my husband, and he said that Anne is getting too old for us to control what she watches. He said that we should just let her watch what she wants, and that is not a hill worth dying over, since we already let her watch some adult stuff. I don't think this is the same. My husband told me to drop it and said that I can't carry on being controlling or Anne will grow up to hate us. Am I the asshole?
I kind of love that the husband is saying that, and I agree.
I totally agree.
Yeah, like you can't, she is 15, and if the rest of her class is watching, just let her watch it.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey Dahmer, like the series is very disturbing, yes, but it's like something that actually happened, and it's like, where's the line of like what you can control that she sees? Like there are like tragedies and there are serial killers and there's a lot of things that are like not pretty and not like censored, but they're real life. You know what I mean? Like,
you can't censor your child, like shelter your child too much, especially since she's not a child. Like, she's 15, like she's getting older now. Like, I think like that's a good age to stop being so controlling.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to say that this is the age of the internet. I think she's gonna find a way to watch it.
I was just gonna say that
whether
too.
you let her or not. I'm sorry. Like,
there's so
teenagers
many movie places, like those like streaming series, services. Like you don't need to actually use Netflix. Like there's
she's gonna find a way to watch it whether you like it or not, mom. So I think you should just like let her, she's still doing her job being a parent, but I think she's gonna find a way to watch it whether you want her to watch it or not.
Yeah, I don't know, I think it just like after a while it creates like a wall between a parent and a kid.
I think what you're doing is not really, this is just not gonna work because she's gonna find a way to watch it, and it's, like your husband said, it is gonna make her kind of resent you if you are being this controlling as she gets older, because we both had controlling parents. It's not the vibe.
It's not the vibe.
All.
Yeah, I think you're the asshole. Like I think like parents just like try their best to protect their kids, but it's like, bro,
team too much.
Oh, what I was gonna say is being a parent, I think parents don't know like protecting your kid in an overbearing way is the easy thing to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but like, I think as a parent, coming from a non-parent point of view, you have to be uncomfortable sometimes and just stand by, you know what I mean, like on the side, and trust your kid. And I think that's hard for parents to do. It's just so much easier to just say no. No, you can't watch it. No, you're not allowed.
I just want to know, like, what do you think is gonna come out of her watching it? You know what I mean? Like, you just don't want her exposed to that reality, like, of how sick people can be, because it is a very twisted show. She is on the internet probably looking up way worse things.
Yeah,
her friends are probably on the internet. Like, you know, like,
no.
You're gonna get exposed to some messed up things anyways. Like, you remember, dude, I was in elementary school watching Two Girls, One Cup. Yeah. Like, why am I watching this?
Mind you though, our parents didn't know even internet at that time, so it was easier for us to be like scandalous on the internet. Not scandalous, but like explore things that they don't know about because they were not
really, because I did it on the school's computer. Like, like the school should found a way to hack the system, whatever, TCDSP, whatever, and I watched it on the computer. They were showing the whole class.
Two Girls, One Cup was crazy.
I know, and why were we that young watching it? Like, that's twisted.
You can say no, but the answer is still yes. You know, like, am I the asshole for taking my niece to court over a coat?
Yeah.
I, 28 female, have a niece, 16 female. She's my only sister's only child. 2 years ago, I married a very wealthy man, 34 male. And because of the pandemic, last Christmas was my first with my in-laws. My mother-in-law gifted me a coat that's worth more than $20,000. I saw her wearing it and I asked where she bought it, and she said it'll be my Christmas gift from her. I'm like, that's really cute, right? Anyway, I didn't know how much it was. I knew it was expensive, but I thought maybe $3K at most. I was visiting my sister last January when my niece saw it. She Googled it. She Googled the brand and showed me how much it really was. I won't lie, I didn't wear it after because I was afraid of ruining it. Last week, I wore it while visiting my sister. While I was putting it back on to leave, I felt something go splat on my back. Then my niece started cackling and the smell of paint hit me. I was so pissed off while she was not apologetic at all. Her mom screamed at her and said she was grounded. Then she said she'll pay for the dry cleaning. While I was in my car, still in shock by the way, I got an alert that my niece posted a reel and it was of her doing a prank on me, and she said, I'm gonna hit my aunt's $20,000 coat with a paint-filled balloon to see how she reacts. I saved it on my phone, sent it to her mom, and told her that a week's grounding is not enough. She did not reply, but I saw that my niece took it down. It got less than 5 views by then. The next day I found out my coat cannot be saved, so I called my sister and told her that her daughter has to pay it back. Well, we got into an argument and she said that she'll not be paying it back, and if I wanted a new one, I should just get my husband to buy it for me. I think that they should pay for it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that they should pay for it. They can afford to. In my opinion, they should sell my niece's car and pay me back the money. We did not reach an agreement, so I told her that I'll be suing her and reminded her that I have a video evidence of her daughter A did it on purpose for online clout, and B knew exactly how expensive it was. People in my life are not objective at all. I have some calling me an asshole, some saying that they are the asshole for not buying me a new one, and some are so obsessed with the price of the coat that they're calling me an asshole for simply owning it and wanting a new one. So, am I the asshole?
I think she's not the asshole. The mother is just taking this kind of like very lightly when your daughter caused damage to this $20,000 coat. She knew how much it was worth, and she thought it would be a funny prank to. What did she do, like paintball it with paint?
She threw paint on the jacket, which is kind of nuts.
Like,
that's literally insane.
Yeah, and she's what, 15?
16.
Like 16, girl. You know that you're not you're not supposed to be doing this. $20,000 the coat, which means it's like made of very high quality materials. You don't just want to like dry clean it and like ruin the fabric and quality and like, no, you don't do that. And I think that she's not the asshole for making the daughter or like telling the family like you have to cover the cost.
But what do you feel about suing? I don't think it's insane, but what I think is happening here is that I think when I read it, I'm like, I think they're caught up on the idea that it's a jacket and like they want her, like, you know what I mean, like because it's not a like
it's
an
a material
item, like it's not like a car or like something that you would think is worth $20,000. Her mom's probably like, you're not gonna sue my daughter over jackets, like when you think, you know what I mean, but it's the principle like that. Anyway, there's an update. So here's a quick update since the situation has been resolved. When my husband got home, I told him what happened and showed him the video. He asked if I spoke with my brother-in-law, and I said no. All my conversations were with my sister, and he said that he'll take care of it. Now, a disclaimer, I understand nothing when it comes to insurance claims, and this is what my husband told me / I understood happened. My husband talked with my brother-in-law, told him exactly what happened, and showed him the prank video. Then he told him that the coat was insured and will be filing a claim and submitting the video, and we might have to file charges for the claim. He assured him that we would be dropping the charges because we didn't want to send our niece to jail. And then he told him that one of two things might happen. After our insurance pays us, they'll come after them. If the insurance pays, their premium will skyrocket, and if it doesn't, they might sue them and they might get a lien on their house, which is also nuts. Like, imagine at that point, if I was the sister, I'd be like, bro, this is kind of nuts. Because at the end of the day, it is $20,000, but this is our home, and I don't care how much that jacket's worth. Our home is worth.
At that point, I'd be like, okay, we have to figure out a repayment plan to pay her back.
Yeah, because
this is ridiculous.
My brother-in-law asked if there was a way he could pay us without involving insurance. My husband told him that was what he wanted at first, but that my sister insisted that they'll not be paying us back. Apparently, my brother-in-law was not in the know, and he was very pissed off at what my niece did and my sister's response. So they came to the solution that my niece's car will be sold, and if it doesn't fetch the whole compensation of the money, she'll have to get a job and pay me the whole check until it's paid off. Also, she's grounded for the rest of the school year. I think the car is like the best thing. Like, that is very fair. Even though it looked like just a jacket, you don't go and ruin somebody's property.
Yeah, like, this is
somebody's
a very
thing. It doesn't matter if it's family.
Lesson for her to learn.
You can't do that. That's insane. Because if it was somebody else, they would put you to jail.
Yeah,
you don't get to drive around
of a whole ass car. Like,
no, it is the value of a car. Now we're gonna sell your car. We have to pay her back, and like at that point, if she sold the car and like let's say she got back like $14,000, I'd be like, okay, you learned your lesson. I wouldn't be like, go and pay me back every cent. At that point, I'd be like, hey, you're my niece. You still learned a lesson because you don't have a car.
That was the mom's initial reaction or response. That's crazy.
I think people also get too comfortable with the idea of like, oh, your family, like just let it roll off your shoulder. You have a rich husband.
Like,
she's a kid, and you have a rich husband. Just get him to buy a new one. No, it's like you can't do that. She learned a lesson. You're gonna get majority of the money back. It's fine,
dude. It's a lot of money. It's $20,000.
Insurance is a lot. That route of insurance is like, okay, relax. You're not gonna put a lien on my house. Like, shut the fuck up.
I guess that's just like to scare them, kind of like, like they got shook after.
But I'm sure the relationship after that is done, like, or very different.
Yeah,
because you can't come back from that. Like, after you really thought you were gonna put a lien on my house for a jacket, like you actually came to me with that solution. I would look at her like, as a sister, I'd be like, you've gone a little bonkers. I think you would prefer us to be homeless on the street for you to have your jacket back.
I just can't get over the fact that she did that. Like,
that's really
Did you think you were gonna go viral over that? That's insane.
What's really cool about TikTok, if you're wrong, they'll tell you. Like, no, that was not the right joke. Like, are you kidding me? I'd be pissed at you, So
no, wrong mentality. She needs to get off the internet. Like, get off the internet. Get off TikTok. Yeah. Am I the asshole for making my boyfriend sleep on the streets because he refused to pay for our dinner at a restaurant? I, 27 female, have been dating my boyfriend Kobe, 28 male, for 3 years now. I've always been okay with being out of the wallet. I've always been okay with being the wallet because my parents have always been more wealthy than his single mom.
Okay, got it.
So she's the one that pays for everything, Okay. So it was always me that paid when we went out for dinner dates, shopping sprees, vacations, etc. Kobe has been unemployed for almost 2.5 years now. But he always promised that he'll pay me back when he finds a job.
The hell?
And he... 2.5 years, girl. After 2 months, bye.
What?
And he always told me that he appreciates the fact that I'm working hard at my job.
I'm sure he does.
Yep.
I'm sure
to provide for him and myself. But it's been 2.5 years since he last had a job. And every day, all he does is go to the gym, go out with his friends, or when he's at home, he just lies around and plays video games.
Oh, this is so ugly.
Is that your son? You have a son? I brought up his lack of contribution a while back, and we got into a heated argument. He later apologized and said that he actually got a side job and just forgot to tell me. And that he wants to treat me to a nice dinner date as a thank you for being the most amazing girlfriend and in celebration of our 3-year anniversary.
Whoa, so the majority of this relationship, this man's been unemployed.
Yeah. And he just got a side job, so...
He got a side job and didn't tell her, though. That is so fucking sneaky. You're hiding the money?
Yeah.
While I'm paying for everything?
Girl, it gets worse. Just wait.
Oh my god.
So yesterday, we decided to celebrate our 3-year anniversary. At a high-end restaurant, everything was going smoothly and we were having a great time. Until the waiter came and gave us our bill. My boyfriend said he forgot his wallet in his car and told me he'll be right back. Well, I waited for almost an hour and tried calling him. Oh, this is not fun. It's actually quite bad.
No, wait, why are you waiting after an hour?
I tried calling him, but there was no answer. So I just paid the bill myself and took an Uber home. Later that night, I called my boyfriend and he said he was sorry and that something came up.
No.
And he just left. This wasn't the first time he's done this. So I told him that I feel like I was being used and that it was over. I threw all his things out of my apartment and refused to let him come back in that night.
Yeah.
He didn't have enough money for a hotel or for an Uber to drive him to his mom's.
Walk.
No, actually, right? Or like Subway, dude. What,
Maybe they're in a small
like,
town with no thing, but
that's what I'm
they
thinking.
can walk.
Hitchhike.
Yeah, hitchhike.
So we ended up spending a night on the streets.
Oh my god.
Did I overreact?
No.
Am I the asshole?
No. You actually should have done this a long time ago. What do you mean? What do you mean? No, because how old was she? Did it say?
I think it said 20.
No, once you're in your 20s, why are you unemployed for 2.5 years? 2.5 years? How is he paying for his gym membership? How is he going out with his friends? Is it her?
It's probably her. Yeah, 27, and Kobe is 28.
No, if you are at that
You're
age, and you
nearing
don't have-
30. This is when you're supposed to be planning for your future, family, you know, things like that.
If this is not when you have the most ambition in your life, like the most drive to like do well for yourself.
Yeah, do something.
Why would you as a woman also want to tie yourself to that kind of person? And actually, you should change the locks and you should just never let him back in
Take
again.
him out.
How do you leave also? Like, what are you talking about? I left my wallet in the car and you disappear.
For an hour.
Why aren't you calling? Like that is
That's
such
so
a slap in the face.
disrespectful.
I can't even. What are you doing?
No, what do you mean something came up? The night isn't even done. Like usually you go out for dinner, then you go back home.
Yeah,
like,
you're
this
gonna
is your
do other-
3-year anniversary. Something came up.
What
He
came
has
up?
another girlfriend. What do you mean? He has someone else.
No, maybe
He's doing something else. Maybe someone else is funding his. Like maybe he has another girlfriend paying for his.
No, this is
bills and
like
stuff.
this. Yeah, it's giving me like she's a little naive
She's
and dumb.
very naive. Is this
Maybe
your
not
first
dumb, but
relationship?
then, like, girl, like, what do you do? But the thing is, you know what?
When
I'm
you're in
gonna
love,
give, yeah, I'm gonna
you
give
do
it a
crazy
blind,
things.
because
But
love makes you
It's
so
just me
stupid.
personally. Like I'm so quick to think like, oh, I'm being used.
I
Like
know.
especially if the things I expect from a man is at least provide for me.
Yeah.
Like at least, like you know what I mean. Especially at that age,
Yeah.
like we're not teens no more.
Because what are we doing
The-
here if I can't
yeah.
rely on you?
Are you my friend? I don't need a friend. I need a boyfriend.
Are you child
It's
behavior?
friendship. It's giving nothing.
No, because
It's
I wouldn't
giving
even do. I
nothing
wouldn't
at
even do that to my friend. Like I would not even leave my friend at the restaurant. Like what do you? This. You hate me. It's giving hate. It's giving. I use this girl.
It's giving dummy. It's giving dummy.
I've just
It's giving
seen
very
so
much
many
dummy.
girls who really want a relationship to work and will see past so many things. But and then when you, I'm sure later on in life when
She'll
leaves him and she
realize,
looks back at what's going on,
oh my
she's gonna be like,
God.
oh, I had a case
Disgusting.
of
Yeah.
a case of the dummies. Yeah, no, that is really,
Love on
really
the brain.
bad.
Love on the brain. That's what it is.
I feel so bad for her.
Don't ever feel bad for that. Like I'm sure if you told your girlfriends any of this, they'll be like, "Girl, you should have been left this guy."
You know what it is too? Some people don't even have friends.
Yeah, no. I'm just like, I hope you have someone to talk to.
Because yeah, like some people have no
'Cause, you know,
friends.
she feels really guilty.
It's just so sad what people do when they really want something to work. When you're a little bit, I don't know, like I don't want to call her desperate.
No,
yeah,
it is
I didn't
desperate.
want to call her that, but like sometimes you get those emotions when you just want it to be easy and like
Or you
you're
know what it
willing
is,
and they're not
though?
giving it back. Like you know,
It's also her upbringing. She did say that she came from a wealthy, like her family
You
is
know what?
wealthy,
That's
but
so
he
true.
came from a single mom. So when you have an idea of money isn't really a big,
big deal.
or later on when you're in a relationship, you slowly start to realize it's actually a really big deal. But I think for her, because she grew up so rich, like
yeah.
she has money, like you know, it's
Yeah.
just like it's whatever. Like yeah, I'll pay for rent. Yeah, I'll pay for vacations. Yeah, like it's
because she
comes so
can. It
easy.
doesn't take.
It doesn't
but
click
You
that, like,
realize for
he's
other
using
people,
you. Yeah.
it's huge.
Yeah.
You don't care, so they're like, this is a perfect place
Yeah,
for
no.
me. Let me rub my feet together and like let me put myself in. This looks comfortable.
We are ready.
But no, you're not the asshole, and I hope you never see him again. I hope you don't take him back. I hope he doesn't convince you that you're the asshole somehow. But
You know what? I feel like he even made up that sob story. He's not sleeping on the streets.
oh my
I feel
god,
like he's lying. He's trying to make you feel
Plot
bad.
twist.
Well, that's
it, guys.
We had a perfect mix of assholes and
Not assholes.
assholes.
I like getting assholes because I feel like usually it's not the asshole. Please let us know what you guys think. I thought that was a good batch that we had today. Don't forget again to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Follow us on our TikTok and send us your scenarios. Anonymous, not anonymous, oshandakela@gmail.com.
Yep.
We'll see you in our next upload.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.